there's a scripture in my favorite book that says, in all things give thanks. In all things give thanks. At this point in where we are in the coronavirus, they're saying that every minute or 2 minutes someone dies from this coronavirus. It shows you how fragile life is. In all things, give thanks. And what I thought about yesterday, life hit me in the stomach. My oldest son called me in and he said, Dad, I'm the one that's going to have to tell you. And I said, what is it? My sister Serena, we believe that she has the virus. Let me tell you, I was like a little kid. I started crying immediately. You ever had a call that you didn't expect to hear what you heard on the other end? I wasn't prepared to hear that. And I want to break this word up. Thanksgiving. In all things, give thanks. That we have so much to be thankful for. And we should not just have one day that we express that gratitude. When I get up each day, I write down 7 things that I'm grateful for. Why? Because I believe having a spirit of gratitude is major. It's major. And every day we should be thankful. We're here because of God's grace and mercy. We are experiencing and enjoying things that we had nothing to do with our acquiring those things or being able to have those things a part of our experience. And even things that sometimes appear to be tragic. There are times we can look back and say, whoa, that didn't just happen to me, that happened for me. But it's also another place. Give, thanksgiving, giving, thanksgiving. They have an article out today that hunger in America is surging. And so we have an opportunity not just to connect with family members and friends, but make it a priority to give. Even if we decide that we're going to help one person or one family, let this Thanksgiving be remembered for what we gave of ourselves. There was a guy on television that last year this time, his family was giving out food. And this year, his family needs food. And even that he received, he shared that. Now that's what you call the Christ-like spirit. Let that mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus. That you're willing to give. This is a time to give forgiveness. A friend of mine said something that really stuck home with me. She said, the last time I saw the majority of my family members, because we've been so dysfunctional and so divided, it was at a funeral. Isn't it interesting that you can have a dispute with the family members, be angry with them, and when something happens to them, that goes out the window. Isn't that interesting? And so when we give forgiveness, when we are willing to have a bad memory, if there's a key to bringing families together, it's having a bad memory. Do you remember what you did? Yeah, but. I want you to like this page and share it. I want you to like it and share it. And if you're willing to give of yourself in this day, in this age, give of your talent, your abilities, your story to create a greater world. Evil prevails when good men and women do nothing. When you are willing to give compassion and understanding and stand in the gap for somebody that can't stand for themselves, speak for those who are voiceless, give hope where there's despair. Oh my goodness. Eye has not seen, ear has not heard, nor has entered the heart of mankind what God has in store for you. Thanksgiving. Thank you, Lord, for putting me in a position that I can give forgiveness, understanding, love, a meal, a smile, a kind word, write a letter to someone that's been a blessing to me. Write a letter to you, thanking you for what you have done for me that I did not earn or deserve. No, it's not all about the turkey. No. It's about all being grateful. Having a spirit of gratitude every day. From this day forward, if you're not doing it already. When you get up in the morning, I say all things work together for good for those who love God and for those who are called according to His purpose. And then I write down 7 things that I'm grateful for. 7 things that I thank God for. And I feel good. After I finish, I feel real good. You're going to feel good too. I thank God for you. I thank you for listening to this message and thank you in advance for your giving. Giving, love, compassion, understanding, forgiveness, giving of yourself, helping someone. Those people who are standing on corners with signs, don't just ignore them. Surprise them and make my day. I was in New York and one of my daughters, Samaya, guy came up to the window and she gave him some money and he walked away with such a bounce in his walk. She was around 9 years old. I said, what did you give him? She said, the $50 you gave me. I said, no wonder he walking with a dip. Oh my God, even though, hey. Oh boy, this thing called life, it's so fascinating. It's so fascinating. We woke up this morning. It's a wonderful day, as Warren Hudson would say, the best day of your life. You don't believe it? Try missing one. Thanks. Thank you so much, Lord, for allowing me to still be here, not taking a dirt nap. Say thank you, Lord. And give of yourself. Give of your time, your love. Give forgiveness. And forgiving is not holding back in terms of, well, I'll forgive, but I won't forget. No. Forgiving is remembering without anger and revenge and guilt. It's a beautiful day that we are experiencing now, and tomorrow it's going to be great. I'll be seeing my family virtually. My computer that does not sneeze and it's not asymptomatic, and it won't cough on me. Listen, are you thankful for what God has blessed you with your voice, your ability to take charge of your life, that you just haven't had the courage to use your voice to strike out and do something that's you, this talent that you have? As Dr. Miles Monroe says, rob the cemetery of your voice. Rob the cemetery. Don't take it with you. No. There's some people waiting to hear you. Rob the cemetery of your voice. There are people who need your voice. There's a frequency behind every voice. And we have a program that will teach you how to use that voice to transform audiences individually and collectively. People need hope right now more than ever before. And when there's hope in the future, that gives you power in the present. People need a voice that will help them to keep the faith, baby, because these are challenging times and people need to know no test, no testimony. Faith not tested can't be trusted. And your voice will help them to realize, stop looking for the light at the end of the tunnel. You are the light of the world. Let me pull that voice out. Let me show you how to organize those stories and create special moments and experiences with an audience and command standing ovations and make some money too, baby. Oh, behave. Hello? And have a lot of fun. Just think about it. Doing something you love to do 8 hours a day at the comfort and safety of your home, at the computer. Don't get better than that. Come on now. Doing something you love from home, except for the children sometimes. Don't y'all make me come back there, Tyrone. Put voice in the comment section if you are ready to answer the call on your life. Job is what you get paid for. The calling is what you're made for. Allow me to be your mentor. It's no accident that you're watching me right now. You hear him in your heart. You know it's time. It's time. And pray for my daughter and my son-in-law, the greatest son-in-law in the world. Praise for the unbelieving God that they're going to be just fine. But when I first heard it, there was a punch in the gut. And I heard these words, faith not tested can't be trusted. This is a test. Why are you crying? This is a test. Get yourself together and let her hear your voice and know that you're not afraid, that you know that she's going to, that he's going to get through this.
I have 4 values, and I'd love to go over those with you and get your interpretation of 1, the importance of these 4 values, but 2, how you effectuated them in your life. The number 1 is a common one between all great thought leaders that I've ever met, and it's gratitude. What does gratitude mean to you, and how do you implement gratitude in your life as a practice?
When I get up in the morning, the first thing that I think about is 1, I'm here and I'm grateful. And I thank God for my voice, for my ability to still be actively engaged in life, for my family. I just discovered, Dave, just think about this, my birth family. I just laid eyes for the first time at 77 on a picture of my birth mother and father and connected with my birth family in Gainesville, Georgia. I never knew. It's something I always wanted to know. And so I'm grateful for that. And I asked God, what am I supposed to do with this? Well, my birth mother was a motivational speaker, and my grandmother was a motivational speaker. They have a museum in her name, Beulah Rucker Museum. These were 2 very active people. And as I'm reading about them, what I've done is nothing compared to what they did during that time. And so it says to me, you got to step up. You've got more work to do while you're still here, and be grateful that you have the ability to do it. We live in the greatest country in the world that gives us an opportunity to live a life that will outlive us.
That's amazing. And there's no doubt that energetic and genetic inheritance is showing itself and now inspiring you to even be a greater force of empowerment. The second one is truly something that a lot of people get confused about, and it's forgiveness. A lot of people don't understand how powerful forgiveness is. And so I was hoping that you could, give us your perspective and importance of forgiveness in your life.
I like what Mark Twain said. He said, forgiveness is the fresh fragrance a rose leaves on the foot that crushed it.
All right, I can take that. That's a trade. I'm gonna take that one from you. Or from
Right.
Or
See,
from
a lot
Twain.
of people believe forgiving is forgetting. Forgiving is not forgetting, it's remembering without anger or guilt. And so, just in my case, I had to forgive my birth mother and father. I was angry with them. How could you give birth to someone and leave? But she did what she had to do. She was married. I was a secret, my twin brother and I. And so I'm grateful that she gave us to Mamie Brown. My birth mother, Dorothy Bell Rucker, she gave me life. Mamie Brown taught me how to live life. I'm thankful for that. I'm grateful that she made that decision. She didn't have to, and I'm still here to keep her legacy alive. I sing this song, I got two mothers and I'm not ashamed. I got two mothers and I love them just the same. Oh, you can't handle my voice. You'll be one to put a ring on it.
I love it. No, you sing all day long, man. I love it. Well, the third one, I grew up with a single mom and 6 kids, and my dad left. And I have forgiven myself for all the things that I've done to beat myself up over that. But my mom, powerful woman that she is, taught me about living above the line. She always would tell me, hey, son, there is no blame, shame, and justification. This is your story. You are a victor, not a victim. And you, to me, I get choked up thinking about some of the things I've learned from you about accountability and, taking control of our own lives, because you could have easily been a victim so many different times in your life with all the different issues that you faced and all the challenges that you faced. But you are one of the greatest victors that I know, and I believe accountability is one of the superpowers that has helped you become such a victor. How important is accountability, and how do you execute on accountability in your life?
It's very important. I remember the first home that I bought for my adopted mother, and I didn't do a title search, and we had to move out and go back to the roach-infested house we moved her out of. And the neighbors were out looking, asking, Mamie, are y'all back? Yes, Leslie lost a house. And I was crying and feeling humiliated and unloading the truck. And Mama came behind the truck and she said, Leslie? I said, yes, ma'am. Why are you crying, boy? I said, Mama, I feel so sad. I feel stupid. I didn't know what I was doing, and I failed you. I'm so sorry. And she said something to me I'll never forget. She put her hand under my chin. She said, hold your head up, boy. You have nothing to be ashamed of. We still have each other. And that stayed with me, that what's most important, and what was most important to her, not that I bought her a house and lost it, but we still had each other. And I remember Jacqueline Onassis, and she said that if my children don't amount to anything and I earn all the money in the world and all the materialistic possessions, what do I have? And what she's saying is, hey, we have each other. And so my mother taught me in that moment, don't focus on things, focus on the people that mean so much to you, because that's where the love is. And God is love, and he who dwelleth in love dwelleth in God, and God in them. Come on now, I'm waiting for you.
That's why I love you, and I feel a part of you and so connected through you, and help me through to other people. But you talked about love and faith, and I made a transition in my life to understand and live in faith. I always thought money was my currency, the object of energy that I put into the flow to get what I want, and I was good at it. I was great at it. And then my whole life got turned upside down. I lost my own mom's house and had to go to her house and say, hey, I went bankrupt and forgot to take your house out of mine. The only reason I wanted to be rich was to buy my mom a house and a car, and I had to take it away. And she had the same belief as you told me. It's okay. Do you need any money? She didn't care she had to move. And to me, I understood and learned a great lesson about faith. And the faith that I have is determined upon there is an omniscient, all-powerful, all-knowing source. You call it what you want, that cares as much about me that my mom cared about me. The only difference is it's omniscient, all-powerful, and all-knowing. And as much as I would have loved my mom to be omniscient, all-powerful, and all-knowing, she wasn't, and neither am I as a parent. And as you know, neither are you. And so for you, what does faith mean to you, and how do you utilize it in the same respect?
Well, when I wake up in the morning, one of the things I say, all things work together for good, for those who love God and for those who are called according to his purpose. Now, I didn't say all things work together and are good. All things work together for good. So I have faith that even when things don't work out the way that I want them to work out, it's okay. Because what I know is faith not tested can't be trusted. I am going to be recognized by Cancer Centers of America in about 2 weeks. They call me the Cancer Centers of America fighter, me and one other person. I'm a 29-year prostate cancer, 4th stage cancer survivor. And what has kept me here has been my faith. I remember when a doctor said to me, he said, your PSA is 2,400. I said, what does that mean? And he said, 1 to 4 is normal. Cancer's metastasized to 7 areas of your body. This 29 years ago, and has eaten 43% of your T1 vertebrae. I said, is there anything else? He said, yes. And you're ugly too. I said, oh my God.
And then you said, let me sing to you. You'll really love it.
Right. But then he said, and it was very strategic how he did that. Because when people listen to you, what you do is distract, dispute, and inspire. As you know, how people live their lives as a result of the story they believe about themselves. So he distracted me from the fear. And he said at that moment, as we both were laughing, but you got this. He said, I never tell my patients they're terminally ill. What I say is that my talents, my abilities, my skills have terminated. Now it's on you and God to work this out, to do your part. And Zig Ziglar said, most people in a fearful situation, they forget everything and run. But there's some, because of their faith, in a fearful situation, they face everything and rise. And so I left there not with a heart full of fear, but a heart full of faith. As Zig said, fear, false evidence appearing real, faith, finding answers in the heart. And I said as I left there, Lord, whatever I face today, together you and I can handle it. We got this. And 29 years later, the cancer rate in my neighborhood dropped by 97%.
And I would tell you, right before the pandemic, I received a book in my office. It was called "You've Got to Be Hungry."
Yes.
So since we're there, right before we came on today, I was talking to him. You want to tell them the story about the 99-cent store, the dollar store, the Walmarts,
First
the
of
Neiman
all,
Marcus?
yeah. First of all, he's still in diapers. I'm 72.
Yeah.
All right. I served at the Lord's Supper. So let's get that straight. I'm an old guy.
When he was 15, I was being born.
All right. Yes. And I believe that you're never too old to learn and you're never too young to teach. And that's why I admire you. And that's why I have no qualms about asking you to mentor me in this next chapter of my life, because I'm not through yet. And there's much more for me to do. And I was talking to you about your model, going from competing, his business model, competing with dollar store all the way up to thousands of dollars. And that is so brilliant. One of the things, when I read the book, Alvin Toffler, Future Shock, and he talked about the fact that when we go from a domestic economy to a global economy, an education economy, that things are going to change, and it will be a time where people have to think and have to be creative and find ways to do what they do in a far more effective way, do more and do it faster and with less resources and manpower. You have mastered that, and you're teaching others how to do it. We learn, we earn, and we pass it on. And that's what I admire about you, that you're passing it on. It's not just about you, but you're building a legacy and empowering people who will go into a future that neither one of us will see, that will take it to the next level. And that's exciting.
How many speaking gigs have you done around the world? Any idea how many stages you've been on, Les? The legend, Les Brown, is in the studio. I'm so excited.
I've spoken to as many as 80,000 people. If people go online and put in Les Brown speaking in the Georgia Dome,
yeah,
and the speech is called "It's Not Over Till You Win." Dexter Yeager from Amway, he put that event together. The largest gathering of entrepreneurs. That was the largest audience of over 80,000. Last year, I spoke in Poland to over 25,000. That was a very powerful gathering. But I've spoken in so many places.
How many times? I know you've been in Miami 4 times in your entire career.
In my entire career.
Only 4 times, by the way.
Only 4 times. Yeah, and I was born in Liberty City.
Here, right?
Born in Liberty City, an abandoned building with a twin brother. We're adopted.
I'm a twin.
No, you're not.
Identical twin, man.
Well, we're fraternal twins.
Okay.
And so, he looks like my son because I use mascara to cover my gray. There's no shame. I put it on stage, all right?
Okay.
Yeah, but so Wesley and I were adopted by Mrs. Mamie Brown. She had a 3rd grade education. She worked on Miami Beach for wealthy families. And my dream, as we were coming up, was to buy her a home. That's what drove me. And one of the families that she worked for, Mrs. Swiderski, used to listen to Earl Nightingale, The Strangest Secret in the World, and Bill Bailey and Glenn Turner. And that was early stages of cultivating my mind and my thoughts. The Strangest Secret in the World.
Okay.
That was the first motivational message that I heard that sold over 1 million. He was an insurance executive, and he created these motivational messages for his insurance agents to listen to. And their performance began to increase. He had just an incredible voice, and I loved his voice and his content. And then I ran into Jim Rohn, and he worked for a guy named Bill Bailey, had a company called Best Line Products. And I heard Jim speak. I was fascinated by him and Bill Bailey from Louisville, Kentucky. And those speakers spoke into my life. I always tell speakers, I train them now. And I say that when we speak, we create, as you know, an experience, because how people live their lives is a result of the story they believe about themselves. And so when you speak, what you do is distract, dispute, and inspire. You distract them from their story with your story. Through the strategic execution of your story and the things that you have learned and the failures and the setbacks and the victories, you dismantle their current belief system and inspire them to become, as Mother Teresa would say, to become a pencil in the hand of God and start writing a new chapter in their lives. Distract, dispute, and inspire. We create an experience. And I believe that the reason that many speakers aren't able to do what we do is they feel that information is important. And I can tell you unequivocally that if information could change people, everybody would be skinny, rich, and happy.
Yeah, that's right. You hear what he's saying, okay?
Yeah.
He's talking about the dismantling of the old story that you're telling the world, okay?
Yes.
And some people have the ability, the magical, miraculous ability to do that. This man right here has it.
You have it too.
Thank you.
I've been watching you. I said, you can't sneak up on the old man. I said, look at him. You think you're going to have Bush be no way home?
Me and Les Brown are going to be working together.
Yes.
March 17th, 18th, and 19th, right here in Miami. He's only spoken here 4 times in the world. You've probably been to Europe more than 4 times.
Oh my goodness, yes. I've spoken in Poland, in Johannesburg, South Africa, in Australia, in London, England, and Hong Kong. I've spoken all over the world.
And you know, Les, I mean, you're 72. I'm 58 years old. I now, you have 10 kids.
Yes, 5 boys and 5 girls.
You're trying to tell me
you've got to pick up the pace. Yes, okay. There's a little. He said, "Be fruitful and multiply." I took him seriously.
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
He's 10x. This dude is.
That's 10X. What I'm talking about. Can you feel a brother up in here?
Yes, I can. And so, I mean, look, you and I'm sure you do, and I'm transparent, so I talk about this. I know I'm at the, closer to the end of my career than the beginning of it.
I don't think so.
No?
No, because part of delivering this message, when you're in alignment with your purpose, I believe that gives you more time on the universe. Let's look at me. that I'm 72, but I don't look it. I don't have a 72-year-old energy. And there's a difference between that physiological age and that spiritual age. And I think when you're in alignment and doing what you're supposed to do that pleasures God, that it keeps you young. You have the energy of a 20-year-old. And so that allows you to be.
But I mean, there's going to be a time when you and I are not live in these bodies on a stage.
Without any question. And I'm not looking forward to that.
Why do people, so many people want to be public speakers, but are also fearful of it? And how can you help that person?
Oh, when the training that I do, that they speak immediately. That's the quickest thing to go. They speak immediately. You have to set them up so they don't have time to think. And so in the training, they speak immediately and they love it because I believe that we're supposed to be doing this. I had a lady flew from Australia recently and to be trained by me, and she emailed me and said, cost is not an issue. And so I asked her the second day, and I only train with people that I feel a close connection with one-on-one. And I said, why did you want to come to me? She said, I saw American television, and it talked about this young white boy that went into a black church and killed 9 people. And she said, I said to myself, what if I had gotten in his ear? She says, nothing enters except through the eyes or the ears. And she said, and this gave me goose pimples, she said, you speak from your heart. And I want to learn how to do that because I believe the world is the way that it is, not because a few people are violent. She said the world is the way that it is because too many people are silent.
Yes.
And I said, whoa. And I decided
That's awesome.
that my goal is to help people outside of politics and outside of religion, which polarize people.
Have a voice.
Politicians say, do as I tell you to do, and I'll give you a piece of American pie. Ministers say, do as I tell you to do, and I can teach you how to live after you die. And our goal is teaching people how to live right here, right now, because the difference ultimately between what we do and what ministers do, they preach the gospel about Jesus. We preach the gospel that Jesus preached. They sell the messenger, and we sell the message. And so as a result, we can empower people to take charge of their lives and begin to create a new story, to write new chapters with their lives.
So like Les talked about the lady from Australia that says it's not because of the violence, but because of the silence.
Yeah.
I think most businesses fail. Most brands never make it. Most people never reach their greatness because they don't know how to tell their story.
Yes, that's major.
What will you be sharing with the audience? Because look, man.
Let me just share with you why the story is
important.
Yes. Why the story is important is because when you speak, if you're selling, you're an entrepreneur, you got a product, you have an expertise, knowledge is a new currency. People are asking 3 questions. Who are you? What do you have? And why should I care? And so if you don't answer that, because we know people do business with
who, what, why?
Who are you?
Yeah.
What do you have? And why should I care? People do business with people they know, like, and trust. And when you can answer that, now you're building a rapport and a connection that creates a possibility where you can do business together and help each other go to that next level.
Guys spoken all over the world. Emmy Award winner for fundraising for public broadcasting.
Yes.
Fortune 500 CEOs all over the world, small business owners, nonprofit, community leaders. You're an inspiration to me because you sit out in front of me and give me like what is possible. Right?
Yes.
So you've really been an inspiration to me. And,
Thank you so
and I know
much.
millions and millions of others. I look
And
forward
you've
to
done the same for me, and you play it down. You're so humble.
No. I'm not humble.
Yeah,
I'm not a humble man.
You just humble bread.
No,
but I ain't going for it.
I am not a humble man. He's going to speak on Saturday, right?
Saturday, yes.
Saturday.
And this is
But you got to
special for
come
me.
in the night before, man.
I will come in the night before because I live here now.
Okay. Good. So we're
Yes.
going to have a yacht party.
Yes.
Can
I
you
look forward to
swim?
it. Yes. You can't be in Miami and not swim.
I've met so many people here that can't swim. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing on planet Earth that's 2/3 water and you can't swim?
They won't be around too long. Yes.
Les Brown, folks, a legend, okay? If you don't have his book, Laws of Success, okay, go get that book today on Amazon.
Yes.
You can get it anywhere, right?
You can get it on Amazon primarily. But the other thing I'm interested in people checking is out of the Les Brown Institute because I think it's my mission to train these new voices of hope. When there's hope in the future, that gives you power in the present. We live in the greatest country in the world. There's something wrong when people try and outswim sharks to get here or outrun a Jeep barefooted to get here.
To come to the country.
And the suicide rate in America is higher than the number of people that were killed last year in car accidents.
Yeah.
Something is wrong with that. They lost
Crazy,
hope.
man.
And we are voices of hope. When there's hope in the future, that gives you power in the present. And that's what my goal and mission I feel that God has with me, the Les Brown Institute, is to train people how to tell their story and to transform the lives of other individuals. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, he's going to stick to that because that's what he's been doing for 40 years, okay? And he's going to stick to you. If you're committed to your health, to your well-being, to your wealth, to your future, your family, the love, whatever you believe in, we want to help you. March 17th, 18th, and 19th in Miami. Now, look, if you can't get here, I'm going to stream it to them.
Yes.
We got people, a guy called me the other day and said, hey, look, I got 10 people, about 10 tickets. I can't get down there because of this.
Yes.
We're going to stream it to those people, okay? I know you got a bunch of your folks coming.
Without any question, and all my children will be there too.
Okay.
So that's going to have the place half full.
And you're going to be there. I'm telling you, this is going to be the best.
Yeah.
He talked about that Georgia conference.
Yeah, Georgia Dome. I was speaking to 80,000 people. Call It's Not Over Till You Win. They can see it on YouTube.
Now, what if there was only 2,000 people in the room rather than 80,000?
It doesn't matter.
But don't you think those
Trust
2,000
me,
would get more?
They will get more out of it because I'm going to get the butter from the duck. Trust me on that.
The butter from the duck.
Yes.
You want to talk about the pepper in the fork?
Yes, I've been eating hot pepper on the fork right before this event because I'm going to be fired up and hungry.
I guarantee he will do the single best presentation of his entire career because the bar has been raised. Folks, look at the people here, okay? Jay Abrahams. You know Jay?
Absolutely.
What'd you say about Jay?
Jay is very knowledgeable and he's
big
going to do
words.
yes, he's big words. But there's some people, there's a market there.
Kevin Harrington.
Every audience, the
Kevin
audience is inside of the audience. Yes, I know Chair. Kevin.
Infomercial genius.
Yes,
okay?
he's good.
Done almost $1 billion on infomercials.
Yeah.
You know Tim's story that worked with Oprah?
Yeah,
okay.
Tim is good.
Tim Grover worked with Kobe and Michael Jordan?
Yes.
Michael Jordan, the basketball player?
Absolutely.
Okay. Can you play basketball?
Yes, and I got a good hook.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I think he's exaggerating.
Ask Michael
now.
about me. We were born on the same date. He and Jim Brown. February 17th. Absolutely.
I don't know, man. I think we're beyond public speaking now. Do you know this dude, Andy Frisella?
Yes, but not personally.
$100 million
yes.
earner.
Yeah, he's
$100
a
million
bad
a
boy.
year.
Yeah,
okay?
that's somebody I
Jamie
want to know
Shanks,
more.
Roddy Chong, I'm bringing in a violinist.
You
don't know this dude. He's a little Asian dude. Makes about $3 million bucks a year.
Very expressive.
You know this dude?
Yes.
Bobby Castro. You don't know Bobby.
No, I don't know Bobby.
He's a white dude, man.
Yes.
Right here in Miami.
Right here in Miami?
$600 million valuation.
What does he do?
Company. Actually, Bankers Healthcare. I think you spoke to
Yes, I
this
spoke
once.
there.
Okay. Jack and Telly.
No.
$1.5 billion business.
Man, what a powerful lineup you have.
Per
you know
year,
what?
per year.
Per year.
Every year, he bangs out $1 billion. There's a $1 billion list, but look, it wasn't going to be complete without my man, Mr. 10X, the original 10X, because he had 10 kids. Okay. Les, buddy, I love you, man.
I love you,
knew
and
it
I
the first time I
appreciate you.
talked to you, man. I knew it the first time I read one of your books. Folks, go get the book today, Law of Success.
Let's talk about the process of greatness. So, what hurdles did you overcome to get where you are today? What, can I ask that again? What hurdles did you overcome to get where you are today? And we're talking about the process of greatness.
The biggest hurdle was the environment. To look around the community where I was born and raised and to have a vision of something beyond that. And not having other children in my age category that had that kind of vision and that kind of dream, wanting to travel and see the world. That's something that I was inspired when I looked at television and I saw I Love Lucy and the Jackie Gleason show and all those television programs. I wanted to travel around the world and see things, which I'm doing now, which I expose my kids to, and they travel. Only 15% of the population ever travel globally. But to remind myself that this is not my rightful place, that I'm not supposed to be poor, and that I'm going to buy my mother a home, and I'm going to get her out of here. A man. My mother raised us. She said, a man provides and protects. I'm old school. I don't believe
that a woman should work and pay bills. A man should provide and protect. If she wants to work, that's good. But whatever money you earn, you keep that for yourself. But a man pays the bills. That's the era that I came up in. And provide and protect his family. And so when I turned 18, I sat my mother down. I said, you'll never have to work again. And I took care of her until she was 89 when she made her transition. And so having the mindset that I am more than a conqueror, not just in lip service, but in how I live my life, that I can control my own personal economy. I can develop the skill set that will allow me to create multiple streams of income and to be my own boss. Mm-hmm. I will never forget when I quit a job and everybody asking a job, where are you going? I said, I have no idea, but I'm going away from here. You know, sometimes you have to leap and grow your wings on the way down.
I say, give yourself a going away party.
Yes, that's right. I did that for a CBS station in LA. I had a big luncheon for them. And they said, what's the occasion? I said, I'm going in another direction. You said, you are kidding. You earning over 6 figures for 3 hours on the air. Why are you leaving? I said, I told you I wanted to do the radio program at home. Mm-hmm. You said, you want to keep me here and have me under your thumb. I said, I'm not a under your thumb kind of dude. I'm taking myself away from here so I can control my own future. I don't want to give you that kind of power over me.
Wow, taking back your personal power.
Yes, absolutely. You want to be able to develop yourself so you have walk-away money. Mm-hmm. So that you can walk away. If the environment does not suit you, you can walk away. If you're not earning enough, you can walk away because you know that you can create it again, that you know that you have the ability. You've been given authority and dominion over everything on the face of the earth, including your finances, to create a life that you love and that you're excited about. Helen Keller said life is either a daring adventure or it's boring. And so I live an exciting life. It's great to be me.
Yeah. I love that. You know, move away from people that further entrench you into possibility blindness. Move away from a culture and people, and then take back your personal power. I mean, that's so practical. If you've given it away, that means that you have the power to take it back. Take it back and give yourself permission to succeed.
The kind of conversation we're having right now,
yeah,
people don't get this often.
They don't?
No, you have always marched to the beat of a different drummer. Henry David Thoreau said, if a man does not keep pace with his companions, perhaps he's listening to the beat of a different drummer. Let him march to the music that he hears, however measured or far apart. You march to the beat of a different drummer. Mm-hmm. And that's why, as a leader, you impact and you influence people because you inspire them through your example to raise the bar on themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's really, really good. That's really, really good. I want to throw out another question. What hurdles will the average person have to overcome?
Well, I think that the hurdles that the average person will have to overcome, and the biggest hurdle that I had to overcome, is one and the same. And that is to be coachable. Yes, I know. You're shocked right now.
I am shocked.
You're shocked right now.
Honda, Toyota.
The world is filled with know-it-alls who accomplish very little. and the toughest thing that it is, and I understand it, is to take yourself out of the driver's seat and be led by somebody who's achieved greater results than you.
I can't believe I'm here.
Okay.
You know,
After a while, it sinks in, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we often have bright ideas that we have, different projects that we're passionate about, but unless you have some strong leadership and a coach who can guide you through some things that you might not have seen or been able to anticipate, then you're not going to make it as far as you could. Many people are struggling as solopreneurs because they don't realize the power of teamwork. I'm blessed because I don't just have a dad, a great parent. I'm a part of a great team. And because of the coaching that I received from him at an early age, by the time I was 14, I was earning over $2,500 an hour. I was traveling, spending time on the road, on tour when most kids were still in school. And that foundation gave me the type of life that when I entered my 20s, and I was doing things that many people did not know were possible, but I knew it was possible because my coach told me it was possible. I didn't believe him at first, but there's a difference between, wanting to be successful and being groomed for greatness. So when you get a coach and you identify a coach who cares about you, who loves you, who can see your potential when you might see your limitations, then you're able to outperform your greatest dreams.
Yes, and provides the enough pressure and tension between who you are and who you have the potential to be, and helps you to raise the bar on your own expectations. That's really, really good. And then you talked about the whole idea of a team. Someone once said you go as far as to find people closest to you. I say that they become your prophets, and you don't go as far as your dream, you go as far as your team. And I'm only rephrasing in sound bites what you just said. That's really fantastic.
Yes.
So
I heard a person that said their definition of hell is on your last day on earth, the person you are meets the person you could have become.
My gosh. That's a good quote.
whoa.
And so we should take, part of the process
I'm gonna use that.
is not running around trying to meet everybody else, but spending enough time being introduced to your greater self, because your future self is going to thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And your coach, your mentors, they can see your future self.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the quotes that my dad says, which I love, which is true, sometimes you have to believe in someone else's belief in you until yours kicks in.
Oh, I like that. Because sometimes we're blinded, aren't we?
Yes, we are. And thing about John Wesley, I learned so many things from him. Pivotal points of my life. He helped me to begin to believe in myself. When I was first diagnosed with cancer. And how old were you at the time you came to me?
I was about 14.
He's 14. He came in the room. He said, "Dad, are you going to die?" I said, "We're all going to die one day." And he said, "No, but I want to know, is this cancer going to kill you?" And I said, "Well, why are you asking me that?" He said, "You're in this room. I don't hear any motivational messages being played. The shit down. It's dark in here. Where's my dad? Is this going to kill you, or are you going to fight?" I said, "I'm going to fight." What made you do that?
I just missed my dad. And when most people don't realize, when there's like a diagnosis, like a cancer, for one person, the whole family is affected. And the whole family is impacted. And I wasn't ready to lose you. And I'm happy that you fought. I'm happy that you reinvented yourself and developed different habits and started to get all the expertise about the diagnosis so that you can still be here today.